everybody, I'm glad you're here today. Today is March 2nd, 2024. In this video, I'm showing you something that you might want to add to your prepping items that might help you to prepare for whatever might be coming, storing your food, that kind of thing. I'm going to bring you, we're going to read out of the Bible at the very end of this video, and I want to tell you a little bit about the wildfires in my area. Yes, I am in the Texas Panhandle, and we've had several family members reach out to us. Are y'all okay? Y'all have just been rock stars, the way y'all have been praying and asking about our safety as a family. We are fine. The fires are still 80 or so miles from us, and we are getting smoke in the air. Our air quality is declining. So there is smoke kind of blowing this way where I'm at. This morning it was pretty bad, enough to where I was hurting my throat when I went outside. I didn't stay outside long. We're used to poor air quality, y'all. We live by feedlot. All right, so the feedlot, we call it, there's a feedlot coming in. That's the phrase we use, because when the wind blows certain direction, literally the whole town fogs up with feedlot dust. It's bad for your lungs. Yes, I know this to be true. But that is, some people have to live in that, all right? We're one of them, I guess. So the smoke is a thing. The wind is not blowing too badly today. We are still under a red flag warning for the next couple of days. I don't think it's over 40 miles an hour outside right now. I don't know if it's supposed to get bad later on. I think tomorrow's Sunday, supposed to be bad. It doesn't matter if those wildfires come. They're not going to come this way, y'all. I don't think so. But the wind would have to blow from the east, and I don't think that's going to happen. But what the danger is any spark in this kind of wind. We could create what we're seeing around Amarillo right now. So that is normal for us. Now the massive fire, the 1,000,000-acre fire, that's not, I mean, that's huge. I mean, I think that's record breaking. So that, is unusual, but the wild grass fires themselves are not unusual this time of year for us. It is dry here. It is a desert-like climate. March is freaking windy, y'all. I mean, the wind blows every day here, 40, 50 miles an hour. We're used to that. We always get ready for wildfires, in that you have a bug out bag ready, you got your dog's tags and her shots up to date. I mean, those kinds of things. Excuse me. So that is, that's what we live with, and we're used to that. Now, I don't understand all the ins and outs of this fire that's going on right now, but they don't have it very contained the last I checked. Y'all can inform me if I am wrong. There's lots of little fire. I mean, they've got names for these fires, the different sections that they are in. So anyway, we're smelling the smoke. But so far so good. Continue to pray for us, because it doesn't matter. We probably won't get touched by those fires, but man, in a red hot minute, boom. I mean, it can escalate very quickly where we live. So that's a real deal. Once again, thank you for your prayers. Keep praying for everybody involved in the current situation over there. I want to also share with you something, y'all. This morning, the Lord brought something to my attention, and I'm not going to read it to you because it's too personal. I don't want to share too much of myself with you. I mean, I don't mind sharing some, but like this part, I was like, oh wow. But I want to share a chunk of it because it'll help you. It'll help me get a view of our Lord Jesus. All right. So I'm a believer, y'all. If you're new here to this channel, welcome. You're welcome here, y'all. Your comments are wonderful. The way you encourage each other, pray for each other. Thank you. I draw encouragement from you. Y'all help me, and so let's help each other. Keep commenting whatever the Lord leads you to say, Bible verse, prayer, what you're writing in your journals, what you're seeing in the sky up above you, military activity, whatever it is, feel free to share, all right? And I try to monitor the comments. Anybody tacky, I just like delete them. All right. So that's how we roll. All right. So I'll just tell you about this little struggle. A little struggle I was having. And y'all see, I don't think I'm alone in this. That's why I feel comfortable telling you. I am encountering a person, and I don't want to reveal who they are out of respect for them. They will never watch this video. I know they won't. But still, this person is very close to me, all right? And so she has been in my life nearly 40 years, all right? So she's older than me. And there's often, and I'm not saying this to be tacky, but an attitude of the Pharisees in this person's attitude towards all things, all things great and small. They're kind of like the Pharisee in how they approach everybody, all right? Everything, everybody. Well, I have throughout the years, I was talking to God about it this morning, and I was like, I should not have. I kind of have a frustration, irritated with this person. I have to question, am I forgiving am I cutting this person slack? Am I trying to be loving towards them? And the answer is, yeah, I'm trying to, but I was not succeeding very much at the moment of my prayer. And the Lord was like sharing some things. He said, I said, Lord, this person's like a Pharisee. And I said, they bite me. Girls are mean. All right. I say girls don't fight fair and they fight mean. This person's that way. She's mean and at times, a lot of times, and she says things that are mean to me, and it feels like bites on my soul is what it feels like. It feels like bites on me, and I don't like it. And out of respect for her, I have to be quiet and take the bites, So I was telling the Lord, I was like, Lord, this Pharisee woman with this Pharisaical attitude, I got bite marks all over me. She bites. She's a Pharisee. I said, I've got a Pharisee that's biting me. And he said, well, remember this, the Pharisees killed me. And I was like, oh, yes, that's true, Lord, isn't it? And then he was like, I love and I forgive, and I want you to do the same. And this person's a believer in Jesus also, so I have some responsibilities in that regard, teachings that apply to that in the Bible that apply to me, taking the high road here instead of the low road. Even though I kind of like the low road every once in a while, I'd kind of delve into that and think, I'm going to confess this to y'all too. I can bite with my words real fast and sting people. I can think real fast and like have a comeback that shuts people down. And I've kind of gotten away from that over the last decade or so. But, yeah, it's not something I'm proud of. But there have been many times I've just had to bite my tongue with this person. Well, anyway, so the Lord was showing me some things about my own heart. And it was good. So remember what our Lord went through when we're struggling with people who are biting us, who are making us not feel good, all right? So our Lord understands. And he wants to teach us gently. And I asked him, Lord, to just remove that from me surgically. Just cut it out, whatever it was that was making me have these ugly feelings towards this woman. All right. So that being said, that's how the Lord's dealing with me. And I would like to hear how he has dealt with you in the past. It wasn't like I'd gotten ashamed or anything, but it was a gentle teaching for me. Sometimes he has to hit me in the head with a 2x4. He's like, sometimes it's like, girl, you are so far off the path. We're just going to throw gasoline on whatever that is inside your soul, light a match to it, and burn it out of you. And sometimes that process has taken place. But the Lord is faithful and good and loving no matter what. And that, I'm glad. There's not a downside to following him. There's not a downside to it, y'all. Keep going. If you're wondering if he loves you, if you're wondering if you're good enough, there is no good enough. And you will never be good enough. I will never be good enough. Get that out of your head. Instead, just know the grace has been given to you. And because you love him, you respond to his teachings and follow what he taught. Not out of obligation, but just because you love him. All right? So, there's that. Now, this has absolutely no application to that. This is just a little tidbit I thought I would show y'all. Now, I started doing this a few years ago, and it is, it's taking a mason jar. I know, I'm probably behind the curve. Y'all are probably like, hey, I've been doing that for decades, all right? But I have not, all right? Well, this is 2021, so 3 years ago, yes, 3 years ago, I started vacuum packing these seals for dry goods. Like this is Tang. All right. So, if you are interested in doing this, I'm going to show you this gadget. On my vacuum packer, I have a little tube thing, a little attachment that will work with it. And it is fine. It does the same thing. It's a little bulky to get that whole thing out every time I just want to do this, because I'd made spiced tea with Tang, and I had this left over. I thought, man, I'm just going to seal that and put it on the shelf. All right, so what I do, I don't know if y'all can see it, I put a coffee filter up there so this dry stuff won't suck up into the vacuum packer, and leave a headspace of about 1 inch, and then just run it till it seals. Okay, it says you can use used lids for that. I haven't had very good luck with that. If y'all do, great. Because sometimes I'll be sitting in my living room. I have these up on my shelf up above in my kitchen. And I'll hear ding, ding. And these unsealing. Dadgummit. So I have to climb up there and check them and then reseal them. It's not that big a deal. But it's a hassle just the same. Man, if it's not going to seal and keep the first time, it kind of frustrates me. So here is something I found that actually, like this little thing, does exactly what that big vacuum packer does with the tubes and the attachment, except it is, I don't even know if the battery, oh, it is, 86%. Okay, so this, I don't know if y'all can read that. Oh, there it goes. I'll turn it off. All right, so this, I'll give you a walkthrough. This end right here is adjustable to a wide mouth. This is the wide mouth, or you can put this little what are these called? Like a little attachment, but it's well, anyway, this is regular mouth. Okay, this is a regular can lid. All right, that would be this size versus a wide mouth. Okay, so you put this on it, and here, let me put this over here. I'll show you how it works. So this will slip right on it. I don't know if that's locked or not. Hang on, everybody. Y'all, I may have to just put this down. I need a cabinet. I need a counter. I need a better light. Okay. Well, you just screw this on and it locks. If I can get it where it's supposed to go. And then once it locks, then it seals. Well, I'll just use the wide mouth then. It's sealed. Let me see if I have a wide mouth over here. I do down here. Okay. Here we go. All right. Hang on, everybody. Hang on. Good thing we're in the pantry. Get all this stuff here I didn't even have planned. All right. So this is my wide mouth. This fits on here. And it just you just press it down like that. All right. That, of course, you have your lid on it and whatever you want in it and your coffee filter. So that, and then you just turn it on. And it will start sucking the air out of your can and seal that. Now, then when it's done, you'll be able to just pull it off and the lid should stick. So that, it's just easy peasy lemon squeezy. That way, if you just have extra almonds or extra, Tang or extra like tea, Lipton dry tea, y'all just put it in your jar, put your coffee filter and your lid on it, and then just, I don't know why this keeps going off. I keep hitting the power button. Anyway, clearly I'm not going to be on Food Network anytime soon. I can't even juggle this stuff. So, anyway, you just put this on and it will just take care of it. I personally like this better than the, my big vacuum packer. That's just the truth. I think it does a better job sealing it. That's my opinion. I don't know what everybody else thinks, but I do think that. And, so, I don't even know what this is called. What is this called, y'all? Oh, my goodness. I got so much stuff cluttered. Okay, here it is. All right, it says electric mason jar vacuum sealer. Then it has, like, the letter VP05. Looks like this. Y'all, I'm not going to put a link to this because I'm not making any money on this. I don't want anybody to think that. Y'all just go to Amazon and you figure it out yourself. You're smart. You can do that. Just put that in the search box and it'll come up. And it has a charger so you can charge it too. So keep it all there together. It's a pretty great little gadget to have. And it's not that loud. So you can do it at all hours, which I have. You can do it at all hours of the day and get what you need to get done. I vacuum pack oatmeal, the cream of wheat, that dehydrated potatoes, like, instant potatoes. I've done almonds, walnuts, dehydrated corn, dehydrated carrots. I've just done all kinds of things. Popcorn. And so it's just like kind of fun to do that. So anyway, y'all do with that what you want. I hope that helps you. It certainly helps me. When I found that, like I heard it from, man, I can't remember who. I saw somebody on YouTube and I was like, oh, dang, that's cool. I don't know, $25? Is that, or $30? I can't remember how much it costs. Not an arm and a leg, more than $10, okay? So I don't know what your budget is, but it's handy to have around. It really is. Okay, now, here's something that I want to remind everybody, and none of what I've said so far, I've done so far applies. I'm not to this passage I'm going to read you, except it's a general thought that I think we need to be reminded of from time to time, because sometimes as we're moving through everything that's going on in the world right now, we think, oh my goodness, what is going on? What is happening? What these fires? What are these fires? Tornadoes? What's going on? And I do think, y'all, it's only going to get, it's going to escalate. It's going to quicken. And I know people have said, like, I describe it as shock waves because that's what the Lord has kind of shown in our dreams and visions and things. But, it's also described as labor pains. The labor pains become more intense and closer together. So it's only a matter of time before the next pain comes, all right? So that's kind of where we're at right now. And you need to just prepare accordingly, spiritually. If you can store stuff in your house, do it. That's a good habit. That's good. Joseph did that with the famine in Egypt. Okay, not the daddy of Jesus, but Joseph, like, the dreamer in Egypt, all right? That was right next to Pharaoh. He definitely was like, hey, we need to store up the 7 years that are good because we're going to be hit by something 7 years of bad. There's no sin in that, y'all. It doesn't mean I'm not trusting in God because I prepare, because I have learned skills and put things back. That doesn't mean I'm like, oh, well, the Lord's not in control, because if he was, I'd just not do any of this. I'd just trust him. Well, that, to me, I think that's silly. Because then why wouldn't you just walk across the highway, y'all, and just say, the Lord's going to take care of me. No, stop being stupid. I mean, I don't know. I just don't get into that mindset. I know people have said, when I talk about, hey, and I don't do this much anymore because ain't nobody going to listen to me. So I make videos here alone in my pantry. But, so sometimes I tell people, hey, you might want to start, like, putting back some extra food or extra water. And they're like, oh, the Lord take care of me. Oh, the Lord take care of me. I'm not going to do any of that. And I'm like, look, you're either lazy or just stupid. I really don't know which. Because yes, the Lord's going to take care of you, but if you have hands and feet to get out and take care of yourself, that He gave you that ability. Now, listen, I'm not talking to people who are homebound or bed bound or wheelchair bound. I understand there's limitations, and that's not who I'm talking about. I'm talking about people who are like me, who have the ability to go out and put some stuff back, who choose not to. I've gotten to the point I'm like, fine, girl, you just stay home. And when it comes time you're going to open that refrigerator, I pray the Lord does a miracle and just fill that refrigerator up in front of you. But until then, yeah, you just stay home, because you know what? That means there's going to be more at the grocery store for me. So that's where I'm heading right now. And yeah, you just stay home, honey. That's right. Bless your heart. Bless your little heart. You just do what you got to do. And for those of you who aren't Southern, bless your heart is another word for you're just as stupid as can be. Now, some of y'all aren't going to like me saying that about my brothers and sisters. And I probably shouldn't speak that way. But sometimes I'm just like, hey, this is supported in the Bible. The Lord has talked about it, even in Proverbs. Pay attention to the ant. Pay attention to the grasshopper. They store things. They get ready. They do what they have to do for winter. Anyway, all right. But at the same time, ultimately, no matter what, I am not attached to these things of the world. None of it matters to me. Y'all, if you've ever had a gut check where life just knocks you on your butt, then you come up, when you stand up again, you're kind of like, yeah, none of this matters. All that matters is what happens after I die. And then after you die, you don't have any more chances. That's your fate is sealed, is my understanding. But the Lord, I don't know. The Lord can do what the Lord's going to do. So 1 John chapter 2, verse 15, do not love this world nor the things it offers you. For when you love the world, you do not have the love of the Father in you. For the world offers only a craving for physical pleasure, a craving for everything we see, and pride in our achievements and possessions. These are not from the Lord, but are from this world. And this world is fading away along with everything that people crave. But anyone who does what pleases God will live forever. So, prep, y'all. But just make sure you're not prideful about it. Make sure you have a sense of self-worth or even self-righteousness about it. Have a humble attitude. Let's all have the attitude of Christ. Philippians, is that 2? I think so. Have the attitude of Christ. So, there you go, y'all. You do with that what you want to. We're hunkering down here, watching the fires, watching the wind, watching everything. So, we're good in the Texas Panhandle right now. Y'all, get close to Jesus. Get close to Jesus. Hold the line, Texas. Keep us safe, Father, and stay safe, America. This is Gina Lima Charlie. I'm out.